Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Vancity Adventure. Katie's in school. I've got the day off. I'm taking advantage of today because last week I worked a lot of extra hours, so those hours get banked for the following week and we get to use those hours up in days off. So I've got a day, almost 2 days off. The other day I'm not too sure what, because it was worked out to 6.5 hours instead of 7.5 hours. So I'm just told to take extra hours off each day now. Whatever. Again, as I said, it is what it is. Come on, buddy. So we get a lot of requests for sponsorship, and we say no to a lot of sponsors. We say no to, we've gotten requests for a lot of gaming stuff. We don't game. We get a lot of requests for clothing, whether it's hip hop or female clothing or goth clothing. We get, what's some of the other stuff we've gotten that's been crazy. We've gotten some really crazy requests. And I always look at the requests and go, does this fit with our channel? Does this fit with you, our viewers? And what the hell are you doing, buddy? Lady does not know how to drive. You're pulling on a freeway and you slow down. Anyway, we always filter all these requests. Once we find requests that, work with our channel, work with our viewers, and is this something you guys would enjoy? Is this something that's going to work for our channel? Then we take the next step. There's usually about 3 or 4 steps. And we do a bit of research. I look at all the reviews. I do all that kind of stuff to make sure that, who we're partnering up with is somebody that's going to work for us and with us. And we've had issues in the past where we've worked with a company and, their product just didn't last. And, we're in the midst of changing that one. I'll discuss that one later. But we're always honest with you in our reviews. We'll tell you what the issues were, what happened, why we've changed, blah, 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 blah. This one is actually a really cool deal because this is something that actually works with our channel and works with the truck. So, I'm just dragging this on. I feel like some of those trailers. But anyway, you can see the space back here. That is all open. And we can open the slider back there. I can throw the bike in there. But otherwise, it's pretty useless space. I can't do much with it. Everything will get wet, dirty, whatever. So, we are actually looking at putting a canopy back there. So, we're heading down to Galaxy Auto. And they have a canopy that will fit this. We would put the Doghouse tent on top. We would probably redo our setup as far as, Maxtrax and stuff like that. I'm not too sure how yet. I've got to figure out how we would set everything up. We'd probably redo our electrical where I've got, a little bit less space is taking up, maybe a little bit higher, maybe more storage. I don't know. We'll get to that point when we get there. I will figure all that out. But we are going to see if this is something that's going to work. And we're bringing you guys along. So we're on our way. Got about an hour to get there. I tried to miss traffic, rush hour traffic. I've got the day off because I worked extra hours last week. So I banked to basically 2 extra days almost. So I took today off as one of my banked hour days. And the other one is like 6.5 hours. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. I'll have to talk to my boss because it's not a full day. I'm missing an hour. So, yeah, that's where we're heading. So let's go. And actually, well, I'm bringing you along so you guys get to see everything in action here. We always keep it real, unfiltered, and I keep things honest. So let's go. So that canopy there is pretty close to the canopy that we're looking at putting on our truck. We'll take a look at theirs, but that's the idea, and then the tent will go on top.
This is a canopy. Static weight was, I can't remember, but load can be over 1,000 pounds.
Oh boy. This could get me in lots of trouble. They got a lot of fun toys in there. Wow. This could be fun. I think we're gonna do this. I gotta put together a contract and let's get this ball rolling. I love it. It's nice to see companies that really want to get out and get in front of people, and especially people that are new to the market and they see potential and want to grow that. And I'm all part of that. Let's fine tune your stuff. Let's get it out in front of people. Let's change the market up. I'm all for that. And yeah, we are off to go to the next level. We are installing a canopy, and I'm just heading to their storage in Langley, and we're gonna get this thing installed, hopefully, because there's a lot that's got to come off. I do have quick disconnects for everything, so that will make it easier, but I gotta reinstall all that. So that's the part that I've got to figure out. Once we can get everything off, I don't mind, because I can stay covered, work on electrical, redo my electrical, and make sure everything is to where I want it. But this will be a nice change, because I don't have to store stuff in the truck anymore. I can just store it back there. And if we are traveling, and instead of sleeping in the truck, we can just crash in the canopy, because I'm gonna make it so that we're gonna be able to have a couple beds in there, maybe. I don't know yet. That's kind of stuff I'm gonna work on, but that will be part of the build. And yeah, let's get there.
Heard you want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. Here, hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our minds to turn to memories. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known you would go find your own way. We climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, to feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine when we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
So, a little different. Start of our build.
这个往前1厘米，对啊，就往前1厘米，拿着我们俩就上去。我上去，你看那脚，我上去。你来看老板，对，完以后，这面的这个记住哈，这面这个你看，我看这个，往前1厘米。
Nice.
Got the canopy on. It's a lot different looking through the back now though. I got seats up so the Starlink antenna is actually a bit crooked, but to look back there it's really different. So what I might end up doing is throwing a camera in. I've got to figure out my build now and figure out what I'm going to do. I need to redo my electrical. I need to redo my Maxtrax and all my recovery gear that I had on the side. So I might end up getting some more racks. I gotta figure it all out. So that's the adventure.